there's been a voice in the back of my mind. It's like, I might have to go back to Tumblr, right? And like, at first I was like, nah, I don't need to go back to Tumblr like full time, but now, there's stuff on my shirt. I was like, okay. So as I posted in my other video, I think it's like the video after this, because I don't think I've posted a video since then. So whatever the next video is before this, it's my, I finally watched the Pitt, right? I'm trying to think of where I've been seeing it. I guess it was TikTok. I don't know. Probably. I don't really be too much else. I don't know how I saw it on TikTok. No, I saw it on, not Tumblr, YouTube, right? So I saw it on YouTube. Dr. Mike watched it. And I'm like, okay. And then I watched another doctor. I don't know her name. It's the woman doctor. I think she watched it too. So I watched them both watch the first episode. And I was like, okay, this looks interesting. And so, of course, like, as a neurodivergent person, I'm like, let's be honest. Let me just go there for Mel. Let me go there for my girl Melly, right? Melly. And so I went there. I went and watched it. Which I still gotta. When I tried to watch, I couldn't watch. The link to watch the last episode didn't work. So I need to find another place to watch the last episode. No, I don't have Netflix. So I was selling the 7 Seas, and I watched like all of them, and then got to the last episode, and I was like, whatever. And then I made that video, and then I didn't work yesterday. So guess what I said? Right. Okay. So everybody's talking about it, right? So instead of me spending 14 hours of my time rewatching the show over again, which is a perfectly valid thing to do, you know what I did? I spent 15 hours reading fan fiction. Now, mind you, wait a minute. Let me cook, right? Mind you, back in the day, I would have just like, it's so funny because like most fan fiction is like, it's like under 1,000 words, right? Tell me why, because I always go back. I'm so very particular, and I always go back to like the oldest stuff. I don't like reading the newest stuff first. I want to go back to the oldest stuff. Then you also get to read like a writer, how they've progressed over time if you like go back to like the old stuff, and then you don't have all this new stuff coming in. So I like to go all the way back to that last page on Ao3 and then read up from there, right? So anyway, so I was reading the fan fiction. I was like, this is like long. It was good shit too though. But like, it was like 60,000 words, 3 chapters. And I'm like, damn, I was like, they're just really going for it. Cause back in my day, I'm 30. And it was just like 500 words, 800 words, 1,000 words. And now they were really going for it. And I was like, you know what? That's perfectly fine. I'm a little, how do I say it nicely? I had a little piece of devil's food cupcake, if you will. And I was just sitting over there, like kicking my feet under my weighted blanket. It was a bliss. It was blissful. It was wonderful. And like, okay. One more thing. We're at 3 minutes. Okay. The other thing that I love now, okay. I'm not trying to call nobody out, but I feel that the way that some of these people is writing, Dr. Mel King and Frank Langdon, which I also went back to Tumblr. So yeah, obviously this is meant to be, this is probably gonna be a 2-minute video. I went back to Tumblr and folks were like, that man's name is not Frank. And I was like, you know what? That's true. So that's a headcanon that I will accept. They said his first name was probably something like Hugo. So he goes by Frank to like, cause he, doesn't like Hugo, or it's like something else, like obscure. No offense if your name is Hugo, but I was like, I can accept that. But like, cause people call him Langdon, and then cause I remember watching, I was like, who's Frank? Like when they say everybody's first names, I'd be so lost. I did not mean to be that loud. I'm just really excited. But they say everybody's first name. I was like, who's that? And then it was like Dr. Ellis, and then I was like, no notes. Like okay. Way off topic. Anyway. But yes, the paragraphs are so long. It was like 10K for one chapter, 6K for one chapter, 8K. One was like 60, it was over 60,000, and it was 3 chapters. And I was like, this is beautiful. Oh, they're writing them so in character. Like, I'm not saying that some of the writers of the show are writing fan fiction, but some of y'all are really, really good writers, and you write really in character, and it's really, really creepy. So, I can't say no more, because when I start writing my fan fiction, I don't want y'all in my business like that. I can't say nothing else, because I like very specific tropes. I read very specific tropes, and I write very specific tropes. I don't need y'all in my business like that. But I am thinking of making an Ao3 with this name, and so then I could like interact with people, because I do have a Tumblr under this name, and then also have my other Tumblr, like my main Tumblr, and then my side. I have lots of side blogs, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to Tumblr, because I feel like that's where my people are, and that's where like the discourse is happening. I may go to Discord too. I have to find the right Discord. What is on my shirt? Yeah, 5 minutes. I called it 5:25. Yay, bye.